Scout salute. Please repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ready, two. Scout sign. Please repeat the Scout oath and law. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, morally straight. Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Ready, two. Color guard. Post the colors. Please be seated. On behalf of Troop 1, I now convene this Troop 1 Court of Honor and thank you for being here today for this ceremony in celebration honoring Carter, Ben, Anderson, Chaz, Bradley, Price, Douglas, and Ryan. The Eagle rank is the highest recognition that Scouting offers to Boy Scouts. This afternoon, we have the pleasure of witnessing these young men complete their journey as they are recognized of their accomplishment. To begin, Reverend Christy Walton will deliver the invocation.
Let us pray. God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as family, friends, leaders, and scouts on this significant day in the life of Carter, Ben, Anderson, Chaz, Bradley, Price, Douglas, and Ryan. Today is a celebration of a journey full of challenges, friendship, struggles, and occasionally a little fun. Today we think of all the merit badges earned along the way, the oaths committed to, the characters these young men have developed, and the service to our community they have worked so hard to bring about. Little by little, month by month, and year by year, they have been faithful, and we celebrate their faith, commitment, and hard work. So we ask for your blessing, O Lord, on these young men and their families who supported and encouraged them, and their fellow scouts who helped them along the way. Bless the scout leaders, Troop 1, and all those who are here physically or in spirit. Continue to walk with them as they take these steps in becoming the scouts and the people you desire them to be. In thanksgiving we pray. Amen.
I now call on our Scoutmaster, Tim Satterfield, for a reflection.
Good evening, everyone, or good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here this beautiful Sunday afternoon to talk about the 8 young men who began their journey to Eagle on a nice night at Lake Bowen. Bradley, you were at Grace Chapel, and Lake Bowen almost 7 years ago. Douglas and Bradley are our bookends to this group in the middle. You boys, you remember your first merit badges? Yep. And your other 2 were fly fishing. I look back on the pictures on our Troop 1 website, a library of what Mr. Gage calls a Kodak moment, and I see a bunch of lively, energetic young boys pitching their tents with the help of Mom and Dad. I look at them today and realize what smart, athletic, and handsome young men they have become. I'm so lucky to be able to watch all these scouts grow over a period from the 5th grade on through high school. These are the best years of their lives, and certainly for me as well. These young men crossed over a wooden bridge that so many before them have crossed over. I'm sure they remember the scout that escorted them across those wooden planks and welcomed them into the brotherhood of Troop 1. As they crossed over the bridge, these words were spoken. The trail to Eagle still lies ahead of you. It takes a strong desire, a willingness to sacrifice, and a lot of guts sprinkled with a lot of love to make it. So this is just the starting point. Keep the fire going and the desire going within you. From this base camp, may your travels be onward and upward. And may you have a marvelous journey toward being a successful, active citizen of the community. And what a wonderful journey it has been. We started that journey by seeing how long we could stay up that first night at Lake Bowen before finally crashing in our new tents and sleeping bags while our flashlight batteries quickly died because we left them on all night. The first year dads treated us to our traditional Saturday morning breakfast before we headed out to earn our first of over 307 combined merit badges between them all. Other trips this group enjoyed were the Nantahala, the Virginia Creeper Trail, Bryce, Edisto River canoeing, backpacking at Turkey Pen, rappelling at Rocky Face, Hot Springs backpacking, Georgetown fishing, the Cooper River Locks trip, snow skiing, and always Lake Summit. And then there was always Honan Wa, the woodsman class, the hike to the tea plantation, and the ultimate Frisbee championship. As I mentioned before, this group combined over 307 merit badges. They've also earned 350 camping nights on the ground, over 100 hiking miles, and over 200 service hours. One of the favorite things that we get to do when these boys are working on their Eagle project is they write an essay about what scouting has meant to them and their accomplishments. Here's a few of the excerpts from that I will share with y'all. Since my first day of Cub Scouts, I've known I was a part of something special. I found a place where I could be myself and do things I enjoy with people I enjoy being with. I have been involved in many different organizations and activities, but none have shaped my life quite as much as scouting. Here's another. Since I crossed the wooden bridge at Lake Bowen on April 13, 2018, my life has been changed by my involvement in Scouts and especially Troop 1. Through my many experiences, I've learned valuable lessons that I will draw upon every day for the rest of my life. And I strongly believe in the golden rule of treating others how you would like to be treated, and this demonstrates the Scout law of kindness. I always try to be the nicest person in the room, and the Scout law has taught me through my years of scouting the impact that simple acts of kindness can have on other people's lives. Another, throughout my life, whatever I do and wherever I go, I will carry the principles of scouting with me. I shall employ these principles in my career as I work to aid in the lives of others in my community. In my religion, as I continue to practice and serve in church, and in starting a family as I raise my children, where one day I can bring them up through scouting as my father did with me. I shall also use the principles of scouting to aid in my goals, such as becoming a pilot or performing music at the professional level. I would not be where I am without the lessons I have learned through scouting, and I shall ensure that I use them to grow myself and help those in my community, our nation, and the world. What an honor it is for me to be in a position to complete the requirements for my Eagle Scout. During my time in Troop 1, I have grown from a lively 11-year-old to a still lively 18-year-old, but with the benefit of added maturity and perspective due to great part to my time in Scouts and the leaders and peers I have been able to interact with. I participated in many leadership opportunities and thoroughly enjoyed them. These experiences include the Beta Club, the National Honor Society, National Hispanic Honor Society, Junior Leadership, Spartanburg, Palmetto Boys State. These are all brief summaries of leadership roles and experiences I have been blessed with, and I believe without Scouts, it would not have happened. The trip to Lake Marion to travel through the lock system in the Charleston Harbor was special. I was interested in the engineering involved that helped us to get to the appropriate water levels to travel through lakes and rivers to Charleston Harbor. We made the journey to the harbor, but had to leave because of a storm. The waves picked up and the boats bounced up and down. We docked on land to wait out the storm. That had to be one of the scariest times in my life. During the night, the wind and rain picked up again. The wind was so fierce I thought my tent would fly away. I finally fell asleep but awoke with water in my tent. My bed was soaking wet, but I was still able to pack up and head home. Returning home, I thought, I just had the most fun I've ever had. Overcoming obstacles has a way of making you feel even more proud of yourself than if there was no challenges you have to face. These kids are awesome. Scouting has been a very important part of my life, and it has made me who I am today. When I first joined Scouts in the 5th grade, I was taught the Scout Law. These words have resonated with me over the years because they are reminders of how we should live our lives every day. One should be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. My grandfather was the first Eagle Scout of South Carolina, and the Scout Law is written on his grave. We should be able to live by these words even when no one is watching. One day, I hope to have children and teach them about scouting because of the valuable lessons I learned and the lifelong friendships that I made. I will have a loving home for my family. As I get older, I will maintain very healthy relationships with my parents and siblings because that is the most important thing in the world. Scouting has taught me to be independent, adventurous, and to be prepared for anything, and for that, I am forever grateful. And last but not least, another memorable trip was the family trip down the Nantahala. It rained so hard while we were rafting, it was almost hard to see down the river. That night, the rain continued, and I woke up in the middle of the night soaking wet with my head in a puddle. I could also hear my dad snoring, and I discovered that there was a rip in my tent. I knew if my mom was toughing it out for her dry tent, then I would have to tough it out in my wet one. I am so thankful for all the great experience I've had with Troop 1. It has truly been some of the best years of my life, and I will always remember them fondly. Those essays are the best. Okay. Sorry, I had too many papers up here. Okay, boys, the most important hike of your scouting career now awaits you as you will in just a moment ascend the 3 steps totaling about 18 inches in vertical height that lead to the chancel of this church, and where you will recite the Eagle Pledge and receive your Eagle Badge in front of many members of your family, your friends, and your fellow scouts. You will publicly acknowledge what you have earned, and by doing so, you will be held to a much higher standard for the rest of your life. I ask you to let these 3 steps represent the best of all the steps you have taken in your Boy Scouting career, beginning with those steps across that rustic footbridge at your crossover ceremony. I now ask you to rise from the seats and journey to this mountain top before you. I would also ask all other Eagle Scouts present in the audience to come forward and stand behind you. Our former Scoutmaster, Ted Gage, will in a moment present us with the Trail to Eagle. As you make this journey, I would like to quote you something from your lifelong friend, Dr. Seuss. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
Scouting is no doubt one of the greatest organizations in the world to foster the ideals of citizenship. It is little wonder then that so many of our nation's greatest leaders had some of their earliest leadership experiences in scouting. The total development from boyhood to manhood depends on physical, mental, and the moral growth expressed in the Scout Oath and Law. The Trail to Eagle is a steep trail that begins with lion cubs and progresses to tiger, wolf, and bear Cub Scouts, Webelow, Arrow of Light, and finally the Scouts BSA program. Progressing through the ranks entails earning badges, participating in service projects, practicing scouting skills, and developing leadership skills. Each one of our scouts has reached some point along this trail. Awarding the Eagle Badge is an important and serious occasion. It is both a time for joy and celebration, as well as serious contemplation. It is the culmination of years of work on the Scouts' part and the effort of various leaders of these Scouts. The Eagle Award is the highest and most coveted rank in all Scouting and is the last major step in the advancement program. Fewer than 6% of all Scouts in the United States reach the rank of Eagle. The requirements for Eagle rank are as follows. Earn 21 merit badges, including 14 which are required. Serve actively in a troop leadership position for a period of 6 months after becoming a Life Scout. Plan, develop, and carry out a service project worthy of an Eagle Scout. Appear before a board of review of prominent persons and satisfy them that they have done their best to understand and live up to the Scout Oath and Law, and that they possess the scouting knowledge required to earn the rank of Eagle Scout. Carter, Ben, Anderson, Chaz, Bradley, Price, Douglas, Ryan. At this point, we trust you have achieved our purpose in the building of character, training of leadership, and the practice of service. Careful examination has been made, and you have qualified and received the rank of Eagle Scout. We will now turn the program over to Eagle Scout James Fulmer to present the Eagle Charge.
We have challenged these Scouts to accept the responsibilities as well as the honor of the Eagle Scout Award. These responsibilities are as follows. An Eagle Scout is to live in honor. His honor is sacred. It is the foundation of all character. An Eagle Scout will live that so he reflects credit upon his home, church, friends, and self. May the white of your badge remind you to live with honor. An Eagle Scout is loyal. To thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night and the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Neither pain nor profit, pride nor personal loss shall sway loyalty. The blue on your badge is the emblem of loyalty. An Eagle Scout is courageous. Courage gives all character, force, and strength. With trust in God and faith in his fellow man, he faces each day unafraid and seeks his share of the world's work to do. Let the red of your badge remind you of courage. Finally, an Eagle Scout is service-oriented. Extended a helping hand to those who toil along the scouting trail you have completed. Just as others have aided you, the daily good turn must take on a new meaning and enhance a pattern of service. Protect and defend the weak and helpless, comfort the uncomfortable or the unfortunate and the oppressed. Uphold the rights of others as well as your own. Remember, real leadership is founded upon real service. As our Scouts prepare to accept the responsibilities of the Eagle Charge I have bestowed on them, I will ask each of them individually this question. Are you ready and willing to accept these responsibilities and to adopt the Eagle Pledge for all of the days of your life? Carter, are you?
I am.
Ben, are you?
I am.
Anderson, are you?
I am.
Chaz, are you?
I am.
Bradley, are you?
I am.
Price, are you?
I am.
Douglas, are you?
I am.
And Ryan, are you?
Please rededicate yourselves to the principles of Scouting by reciting the Scout Oath.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey Scout law, to help other people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Continuing with the Scout sign, I now ask you to commit yourself to the Eagle Pledge by repeating after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
Thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best to make training an example,
On my honor, I will do my best to make training an example,
and my status and my influence
my status and my influence
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting
and for better citizenship in my troop and my community, and in my contacts with other people. To this, I pledge my sacred honor. Family plays an instrumental role in a scout attaining the rank of Eagle. Fortunately, all of these scouts have been blessed with many role models. Will the Eagle Scouts please escort your parents to the front, and all other Eagle Scouts may return to their seats at this time. Got quite a crowd that's going to squeeze in here. We now proclaim to all the world your accomplishments. The symbol of your success is the Eagle Badge, which will now be presented to you by your father to be worn over your heart. We will now present the Eagle neckerchief to your parents, who will replace your old neckerchief. In recognition of the wisdom and guidance given to you by your father, please present him the Eagle Father's pin to be worn in your honor. And now, also in recognition of the many hours of patient guidance given by your mother, will you pin over her heart the Eagle Mother's pin? The parents may return to their seats at this time. I call on Kobe Alexander to come forward with Peter Sam Cobes for a presentation from the Sons of the American Revolution.
Good afternoon. I'm Kobe Alexander, and I'm your District Eagle Board Chairman. I'm also the State Eagle Committee Chairman for the Sons of the American Revolution. I'm sometimes asked, why do we value earning the Eagle Scout rank so much? The Trail to Eagle teaches scouts, sometimes without them realizing it, most of the skills they will need to become successful in life. Everything from cooking to financial and project management, from personal health and safety to the relationship and citizenship skills needed to be productive servant leaders in their homes, jobs, church, nation, communities, and world. It gives them a head start in life. The Sons of the American Revolution believes that these skills, along with the sense of duty to God, family, community, and country that is taught by BSA, and the determination necessary to complete the task of earning Eagle, are the same attributes that enabled our ancestors to found and build this country. That's why we're proud to honor these Eagle Scouts today. Carter, Ben, Anderson, Chaz, Bradley, Price, Douglas, and Ryan. Earning the rank of Eagle is a significant accomplishment that will follow you the rest of your life. It is with great pleasure and honor that we present this certificate of recognition to you. Congratulations on earning your Eagle. Eagle Scouts do make a difference. Arthur M. King, a national officer of the Sons of the American Revolution in the 70s and 80s, believed this so much that he and his wife endowed a national contest for Eagle Scouts that features awards up to $10,000. Peter Sam Kobus has won the chapter and state level awards of this contest and is entered at the national level. Because he will not be able to attend our annual awards banquet, I'd now like to present him with the certificate, the medal, and prize money for the state contest. Thank you.
James and Bennett are now passing out Representative Travis Moore, who is a member of our church and has a son in our Scout troop. These are American flags that have flown over our state capitol. So we thank Representative Moore, and we're so glad that he took the time to give these to our Eagle Scouts. We're also giving our Eagle Scouts a cord to wear at their graduation this spring. Douglas, sorry. Bennett, don't lose yours. Bradley, don't lose yours before next year. They were a lot better Scouts than you were. By the authority of the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you are Eagle Scouts. May the oath you have taken always remain with you. The eagle soars high and seeks to rest only upon the lofty peaks. As an Eagle Scout, you too must soar high. You must not swerve from the path of duty. Your ideals must be lofty. You must strive to obtain that which is the highest and noblest in life. It is our pleasure to have added your names to this Eagle Wall plaque that we'll have in the Scout Hut in recognition of your outstanding service to Troop 1 and of becoming an Eagle Scout. Eagle Scouts make a difference. We congratulate you, Eagle Scouts, Carter Boyd, Ben Fulmer, Anderson Hankey, Chaz Jabor, Bradley Johnson, Price Nelson, Douglas Reed, and Ryan Williams. I now call upon Troop 1's newest Eagle Scouts to each make a few comments.
Good afternoon. It's an honor to be here today, and I'm excited to share a bit of my journey with you as an Eagle Scout. I've learned many lessons about leadership, perseverance, and teamwork, and today I'd like to highlight one of my favorite scouting memories. At first glance, you might not think of Ultimate Frisbee and Boy Scouts together. However, in Troop 1, we take this game very seriously. We practice and perfect our skills every week before our scout meeting. We prepare year-round for our Frisbee games at Honowa. One of my favorite memories is winning the championship in Ultimate Frisbee against the camp counselors at Camp Honowa. Despite my sprained ankle, I was able to push through and throw the game-winning pass to John Mullen. These games and fun adventures at Camp Honowa are some of the things I will always treasure about Troop 1. Reaching the rank of Eagle Scout is an incredible achievement, but it would not have been possible without the guidance of Mr. Satterfield, Mr. Gage, and of course my parents. Thank you to everyone who helped me along the way, and I will carry these experiences, lessons, and memories with me forever. Thank you.
I want to thank everyone for being here today, and congratulations to my friends and now fellow Eagle Scouts. We started this journey together several years ago, and I've truly enjoyed sharing this experience with all of you. It feels amazing to have accomplished a significant milestone. I want to thank Mr. Satterfield, Mr. Gage, Dr. Dunbar, and all the troop leaders for their guidance and support. I also want to thank my fellow Scouts who have been there every step of the way, my parents, brothers, and entire family, and the many role models who have inspired and encouraged me. I am grateful for your unwavering support. Becoming an Eagle Scout is a great achievement, and I'm proud to have reached this point. But we know that with this achievement comes a great responsibility. As Eagle Scouts, we are called to live up to the ideas of scouting and lead by example in everything we do. We have a duty to our communities to make them better and to help those in need. For the younger Scouts in the room, I encourage you to stay the course and never give up. Trust me, the effort and determination you put into this journey will be worth it. Keep pushing forward, and remember that the Eagle Scout rank is within your reach, just as it was for all of us. Stay true to your values, and you'll be proud of what you can achieve. Thank you all again for being here today and for your support of Troop 1 over the years.
Good afternoon. First off, I want to thank my parents and Mr. Gage and Mr. Satterfield for being where I am today. For Boy Scouts, I've had a lot of memories during my time, and one of them is the ski trips that Mr. Satterfield said earlier. We'd always go up to North Carolina, and it holds a lot of memories. It always snows up there too, especially But the reason I like this trip is because I ski a lot, especially when I get my close friends. I like to night ski. One of my favorite memories is when we go down to the trips at the Charleston and we take the Cooper River into the harbor. As a young kid going up and down on the boat in the harbor with rain pouring down, it was the most fun I've had in my life. It was really cool seeing all the cargo ships and how big they were compared to a little 19-foot center console boat. As I'm working towards my Eagle Scout, everyone has helped me in different ways, and they've pushed me to be more of a leader than I ever thought I would be. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out to support Troop 1. The Scout Oath instructs us to help other people at all times, and the law instructs us to be helpful and friendly. These words aren't just meant to be said, but to be followed in daily life. Personally, I do my best to live by these words, and in doing so, I have found myself in multiple service-based organizations in my community, school, and church. Scouting has given me the initiative to drive to stay active and serve my community, even when it's not always fun. Sometimes that's oddly enough when you will make the greatest friends. Overall, scouting has been a blessing, and I've been able to work with many people and gotten to serve some amazing leaders. And one final thing that I've learned is that walking in love as Christ did is a lot easier with some coffee. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Bradley Johnson, and I would like to thank you all for coming today. I would also like to thank my Scoutmasters who have helped me who've helped guide and mentor me through all the stages of scouting. Mr. Satterfield and Mr. Gage crossed me over the Boy Scout bridge when I was in 5th grade and have been role models to me ever since. They taught me to be self-reliant and independent. Their guidance and patience have made this experience not only fun, but very impactful and memorable. I would like to thank Dr. Dunbar and Dr. Switzer for their contributions as well. Dr. Dunbar has played a large part in my scouting journey. He attended almost every single camp out and always lent a helping hand in cooking food, setting up tents, or knocking out certain requirements for badges. He kept all of us scouts tight and right. I guess that Citadel background came in handy. Dr. Switzer helped me complete every border review before rank advancement. I would also like to thank my Aunt Jamie, who has helped us stay on top of all our badges. Most importantly, I would like to thank my parents and brothers, as I would not be here today without their support. My older brother, Houston, achieved the rank of Eagle, and it's very cool having someone to look up to and motivate me through this process. My parents' commitment, patience, and constant reminders to stay on track pushed me to reach this goal. I could not have achieved this rank of Eagle Scout without their guidance, and I'm truly grateful for everything they've done to get me there. I'd also like to thank my fellow scouts. The friendships and memories we've had on campouts, service project, and weekly meetings will always be something I will cherish. My closest friendships today were formed during these experiences. Whether it was canoeing down the Nantahala, biking the Virginia Creeper Trail, rappelling down the Linville Gorge, or doing the infamous mile hike to the tea factory, they were with me for it all. We might not all go to the same school, but in Troop 1, I formed a special brotherhood that I will never forget. It is an honor to become an Eagle Scout in the same troop where my great-grandfather, Dr. George Dean Johnson, became the first Eagle Scout in the state of South Carolina. I am very proud to follow in his footsteps and continue my family tradition of being in Troop 1. I would like to thank everyone again for their time and sacrifice for me to obtain the rank of Eagle.
I'm truly grateful that Ms. Fulmer reached out to my mom to ask if I would rejoin Troop 1 prior to crossover. Beyond the benefits of gaining all the positive attributes of being a scout, some of my best memories of growing up are with my friends and leaders of the troop, and I'm so thankful for my journey to Eagle. I must start by thanking Mr. Satterfield, Mr. Gage, Dr. Dunbar, and Dr. Lant for all their time spent dedicated to the troop in my time frame here. Please know how much your direction and mentorship has meant to all of us. I'd also like to thank my parents for their encouragement and involvement during these past 6 years. Troop 1 is so fortunate and how thankful we all are for the incredible properties made available for some of our greatest experiences as a troop in our brotherhood. Thank you to the Johnson family for always hosting crossover at either Grace Chapel or Lake Bowen. Thank you to the Gage family for hosting us along with the Montgomery family at Lake Summit and Mr. Gage at his former Edisto River property. And of course, thank you, Dr. Dunbar, for hosting us at your property near Lake Moultrie, site of our epic journey outrunning a violent storm in its pelting rain, ferocious winds, and rough waves. A hot shower in the Dunbar Lodge was needed and welcomed by all. So my best memories are in the evening at these special places while sitting around the campfire with my scout brothers. Beyond the Lake Moultrie trip, I have so many terrific memories of my time spent at Hononwa, Lake Summit, backpacking in Turkey Pen, rock climbing in Linville Gorge, biking on the Virginia Creeper Trail, splunking, canoeing the Edisto River, and the ski trip. A favorite, or should I say painful memory, was my dramatic wipeout while biking down the Virginia Creeper Trail. Although truth be told, probably not that dramatic, just lack of skill. It did, however, produce a decent amount of bleeding, and I am indebted to Mr. Gage and Mr. Satterfield's Eagle Scout first aid skills. This was truly a fun weekend, great campsite, and beautiful scenery. Splunking and my first ever trip to Bristol Motor Speedway. Mr. Gage, I thank you for your ability to gain all access to Bristol without all access credentials. As we embark on our next chapter, I'm indebted to have the Scout Oath and Law as a part of my foundation of who I am. These memories are priceless, and I'll look back fondly at all of these days. Again, I thank my brothers and leaders at Troop 1.
I've been in scouting for 12 years, and 10 of those years were with Troop 1. That time in scouting has shaped much of who I am today and continues to do so as I move through life. Even now, as a college student, I find myself putting my scouting knowledge into practice every single day. Achieving the rank of Eagle is something that I at times did not think I would do, and at times did not want to do, but is something that I am very glad and grateful I was able to accomplish. I am thankful for all of the advice, wisdom, and support that Mr. Satterfield, Mr. Gage, Dr. Lawton, and all of the Scout leaders, as well as my peers, gave me on the road to Eagle. From backpacking 14 miles over Turkey Pen Gap to fun-filled weekends at Lake Summit and Beach Mountain, some of my fondest memories and closest friends have come from my time in scouting, and I'm honored to say that I'm a Troop 1 Eagle Scout.
Good afternoon. My name is Ryan Williams. I've been a part of scouting since first grade and am happy to have finished this journey as a part of Troop 1. My time in scouting has shaped my life in unimaginable ways and has made me who I am today. Nothing I have accomplished up to this point in my life would have been possible without experience I've gained through scouting. I am very thankful for everyone who has helped me along my scouting journey, especially Mrs. Boyd, Mr. Satterfield, and Mr. Gage. From skiing down Sugar Mountain to jumping out of boat houses at Lake Summit, some of the best weekends of my life have been spent in scouting, and I'm glad to now be a Troop 1 Eagle Scout.
Thank you all, Eagle Scouts. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's nice to see such a big crowd here on a Sunday afternoon. Chaz, you got a second? Come here. This was just brought to my attention this week that the Palmetto Council will be honoring Chaz at the end of next month as our Scout of the Year. Spending time with these boys at Honanwa and campouts and on Monday nights is the greatest privilege that any of us could ask for. If somebody would have told me that first year at Honanwa that Chaz Jabor would be our Scout of the Year, I would have said, yeah, right, okay. Chaz, I think we're over the hump, right, buddy? So, all of them, I have stories for every one of them. We don't have all day. Parents, thank you for sharing your boys with us. Now, guys, it's your turn to take your leadership skills that you've earned and put them to good use for the rest of your lives. All, as Dr. Johnson would say, all the days of your life.
Reverend Christy Walton will now give a benediction.
Can I ask you all to stand up, please? Let us pray. Gracious and loving God, today marks the end of one journey and the beginning of another. A commitment to better citizenship and to being an example of leadership to all. Bless the future endeavors of these young men we celebrate today. Walk with them wherever their lives take them and give them your strength, your compassion, your wisdom, and most importantly, your love. May all of us gathered here be committed to those ideals which make us lead better lives. May we always follow our own trails, discovering who we are by striving into the unknown. And may God be with us all until we meet again. Amen.
On behalf of Troop 1 and the families of our new Eagle Scouts, I would like to thank you for attending this ceremony. The families of our Scouts honored today would like to invite everyone to join them across the street in the Parish and Community Life Center for a reception. Please stand and join us singing God Bless America, found in your program. Will the color guard please retire the colors?
Yeah, everybody's face.